Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we're live. You see it.
Industries most wanted.
That's right. Industry's most wanted, the big one, not the little one. You better let them know. But tonight we do have this beautiful young lady checking in, Tia Raye. What is going on, beautiful?
Hey, nothing much. Just had to tap in with you all before my album drops.
I know that's right. You got to get out there and promote it, tell them what's good, what's going on. But so before we dive in, I know you're originally from Birmingham, Beham, love Birmingham, a lot of dope talent out there. Would you say that growing up in Beham had a big influence on you for wanting to do music?
I would say definitely so. I've been making music my whole life as far as like loving to rap and actually putting music out. And being from Birmingham, Alabama, it's just so much culture. I know a lot of people know us for like the Black History movement and stuff like that with civil rights. But since then, we really have evolved. And although there is a lot of crime, there is also a lot of beauty in just the testimonies and stories from people who live there. It's a lot of richness in the city. So I feel like with my music, it really encompasses like I don't know, just the hood in the most artistic way possible. So yeah, living in Birmingham was a beautiful experience and it shaped me in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. So much talent comes out of that city. I've actually had the blessing of, sitting down with some talent out of Birmingham from artists and producers. Do you still get back home because you're in the Atlanta area now, right?
Yes, definitely. I did move to Atlanta, Georgia, for business purposes, but yes, I still travel to Birmingham frequently. I'm still tapped in with my community of followers and like the artists who are upcoming there as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. What made you really fall in love with music on a personal level? Because we all grew up listening to music, right? But on a personal level, like to make music, to create music, to be the artist you are, how did you fall in love with it?
Honestly, for me, it was like innate. Um, Growing up, I had like a family full of boys, an older brother, and a whole lot of boy cousins, and they would just freestyle for fun. So, like, that was something I did as a kid before it even became popular for females to even want to be rappers. I was, rapping and loving what I did as like a hobby. But like, just really like going through things in life, you know what I'm saying, and having these experiences and being able to turn on a song that says exactly what you're going through or exactly the mood that you're in. That's what made me just fall in love with music when it became therapy, and that was later on in life.
It is. I'm so glad you said that because it is truly like a form of therapy. We as humans, especially us as women, we're a little bit more nurturing. We're a little bit more emotional than the fellas out here. So it's like, I feel like we need an outlet to pour into, and you do it through your pen game when you write your music.
Yes, correct. And I also sing too, so I'm a rapper and I'm a singer. And I just feel like with both genres of music, it evokes like a different side of me. So I'm really able to express my vulnerability, but then I can also pop ish
I
too. I don't know if we can
know that's
curse on
right. Yeah,
here,
you
but
can, girl.
I yeah, like usually on day to day, I'm not wearing yellow hair, but because I'm in album mode, I'm like, how can I express myself? So when I make music, I'm just like so into it, like so fully immersed, and it allows me to be myself. And I feel like people just they relate to it because it comes from a real place.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And I feel like that's the goal is you want people to resonate and relate with your music because that's where you're going to develop your most organic fan base. You're not out here trying to force it upon people. People are just loving it because you're being Tia Raye. You're being who you are.
Yeah. And I think for me, like, I've always been a lyricist. Like, I love words. I love, making it make sense and having all these different, like, schemes. But as of lately, I'm just like, have fun. You can say a million words and a million bars, and I'm still going to do that. But I have just been having fun. I feel like that's the energy of female rap right now. Like, it's just a mood, it's an energy, it's a feeling of empowerment And the more that people are themselves, the more popular a song actually becomes. So that's where I'm at with it. Just have
I
fun.
agree. I absolutely agree. Where do you want to go with your music? And I know this could potentially change a year from now, 2 years from now, but like right now, July 23rd, 2025, if you were in the perfect moment within your music career, what would it look like for you?
The perfect moment I know is soon come. 'Cause I want to remain independent. If anything, a distribution deal would be really nice, but I just want to have creative control and I want to be able to put out my music in the most beautiful way. So, like, my most perfect situation is just me throwing shows, me planning tours, more merch, and just really finding more ways to engage with my fans and expand. You know, I really don't look at it like I want to be this person or that person. I just really want to monetize everything, which I have, which is really, really important. Like, for so long, I was doing it for the love of, because like I said, I've been doing it ever since I was a kid. But when you get to the point where you're investing money into something, and I still have a passion for music, but this is just like to the hustlers and to the people who want to, see something out of what they put in. I needed to make money,
Girl,
and a lot of it,
that is facts. It's an
music is
expensive business.
for me. Yeah. And it's a lot of things I want to do, like with the merch, with throwing shows, artist showcases. Like I'm trying to really think on a next level for my brand and for my LLC, because it's a business at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
feel like as an artist now, you have to wear so many different hats because with having social media, with having the digital streaming platforms, it's a true bittersweet because yes, it's easier to get your music to the world, but it also kind of clogs up the pipeline because now everybody thinks they can do it.
Right. And then it turns you into like a content creator. It turns you into a model. It turns you into like you have to act. You have to do so much just to present a song. And all that costs money. So the point of return. And of course I do see, revenue from merch, from shows, but it's just like all these years, invested, you really want to see the fruits of your labor return to you. So I just encourage anybody upcoming to go ahead and look at your talent as a business, especially with the state of the economy. Like it's the perfect time to just chase your dreams. And yeah,
I
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
couldn't agree more. I feel like there's no excuses with the internet, social media, because truth be told, I rely probably majority on social media to gain business, and I'm like, I don't know where I would be within my business if the internet didn't exist, and I feel like a lot of businesses thrive that way. So being that we have these beautiful tools, man, take advantage of them, use all of them. Tell us about your most recent single that hit 100,000 plus streams. Tell us about it.
So, one of my most recent singles, and this is the most popping one, which is going to be featured on my album that's forthcoming this month. It's called It's actually doing over 100 streams, and it's been out a little less than a year. But it's a very, very fun song. It's a three-verse song, and most times you don't get three verses from people unless it's a featured track. So it's me coming in three different ways. And I feel like each verse sounds different from the next, but it's all me. And it's a really, really fun, catchy chorus. So I feel like it's explosive, So I feel like people gravitated to it because it's so fun. Like I said, I'm trying to have as much fun in my music, but at the same time, it's still some nice lines in there. So I think if I had a theme song,
It
Ert would
would
be
be
my
Earth.
theme song.
And that's proof right there that you can be yourself and still have these moments of stuff blowing up. You don't have to do ridiculous off the wall stuff to get viral moments or big stream amounts. Like you had fun with the record and people are feeling that.
Right. And I think like with me, again, I'm heavy on the lyricism. I'm heavy on what it is that I'm saying. So I did this song on a few platforms. One most popular being From the Block. That's a mic drop platform that's pretty popular for a lot of celebrities and upcoming
Yeah.
artists. And I really had on my custom True Religion outfit. I wasn't doing much dancing. I was just really giving them the words and just being myself, vibing, not too much going on. And for the words and the energy to resonate, it just meant so much. I'm like, wow, like it's a fun song, but I'm still priding myself on, just the lyricism and the pen, how I pushed it in that song for sure.
Absolutely. When did you do that performance? Because I want to pay homage to them. I feel like they were the originators of the mic drop performance. If someone did it before them, I don't know about it. And so many people, including myself, do them now, and it's become a moneymaker. So shout out to From the Block. I feel like they're the originators. When did your performance take place on there?
Top of the year. I came straight in 2025, like, how we gonna pop it? Let's go ahead. And in the song, I'm just like, year switch, year big switch. So like I came in saying like it's a new year, like this it really set the tone for the energy that I've been putting out this year.
Absolutely. When we start a new year, you got to pop it early on, and kind of that sets the tone for the rest of the year, what people can expect from you.
Yep.
Definitely.
Full pressure.
Full pressure. We ain't letting up. Facts. So shout out to everybody tuned in. I want to take a quick second. We got people over on Instagram tuned in. So shout out to Jay's Adore. Shout out to Sir Landon. Shout out to my homie Mr. Blacko. Shout out to The Legend. Shout out to James Artisan. That's on Instagram. And then we got people on YouTube. If you guys are on YouTube or Facebook, drop a comment so we can let Tia Raye know that you're here to support her. That's what it's all about, is supporting these artists so they can keep rising up and getting to that next level. So let's talk about, you had a moment on Rhythm and Flow and went viral for your freestyles. How did that exposure shift your career and your mindset? Because, that's a major platform.
Rhythm and flow. It kind of goes into the title of my tape, and I'll tell you the title of my project is Worser. And basically, I called it Worser because I feel like sometimes things be going bad for you, and then it's like another point when it goes for the worst. So it's like just making the best of a bad situation out of anything that life throws
Yeah.
at you. And then just keep grinding past the point of good enough. Like I feel like everybody knows I can rap. Like everybody knows I'm talented. I can sing. She's so diverse. But it's just like I haven't really met that point yet. And I just feel like this tape is motivation and energy for people who have been like most deserving to really push past that breaking point. And so for me, rhythm and flow like was another one of those things that was just like I could have let it break me, but I let it like motivate me to keep going. Like I actually was selected to be on the show. They flew me out. I was there for filming for the first episode, and they got down to like the last 15 people to actually audition in front of the judges. Lotto, Big Sean, Buster Rhymes, all these people like the judges, and I'm like right in the room waiting to go, and they're just like, "Hey, we're done filming for the day. So sorry to the last 15 people. It's just like y'all got told no. We're gonna give y'all flights to go home." And at that point, I had quit my job. Like this wasn't an audition for the show. This is the first episode filming. You know what I'm saying? So I quit my job. I'm in graduate school. I paused graduate school, and I was actually just out here in Atlanta, like with a car full of clothes and really not sure of my next step. So that's how I got to Atlanta. I was just like, you know what? I trust God to be doing something great. And a lot of times He works in mysterious ways, really all the time. So yeah, that was something for me that just was like, okay, this is the first pain that you experience in music of many, but you just got to keep going. But since then, I was able to connect with a lot of the people like from Netflix, a lot of the casting directors, even the artists who went forth on the show, including one artist. Her name is Fat Girl. Shout out to Fat. She made it through a couple of episodes, so shout out to her. But we got good relationships. She's on my album as well, so it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I was able to network well, but again, when life is you lemons, you just gotta make lemonade. So it was one of those
No, that's
things.
right. And I'm a firm believer that God will intervene Even if it seems like, man, why did this happen? God intervenes when he's supposed to. So there was a reason why you were not supposed to go further with that situation. We can't question it. Like you said, you're just pulling out the positive, and now look at you, you're making great connections. You're in a city that's
Yeah,
thriving for music.
it came that 100K came after, so that was all on my own, no TV push. So I'm just like, okay, God got something for me. Let's just keep going.
Listen, I know that's right. So your album Worser, is it on all the digital streaming platforms?
It's gonna drop at the end of the month. So I have been doing a serious promo around it. Shout out to all the DJs at the DJ Coalition, New Music Mondays. I just performed a few songs that are unreleased from the tape. So far I've just been putting out singles, like is a single that'll be on the tape. Just to see, what vibes people like. After I went viral with a few songs, I'm just like, okay, yeah, because even going back to the freestyle thing, one of my songs on the stage was actually a freestyle first, and I did that on a platform called Back of the Class. Shout out to Zach Hurd for having me out of Memphis, Tennessee. I went on there, I did a freestyle, and it touched almost like a million plays on their TikTok. And on all social medias, it has gone over a million plays. So that was my like first like really big super viral moment. And then I took the freestyle and I made it into a song, and it's gonna be on my tape. So yeah, I've been teasing in there, but it's probably like 7 or 8 songs on there that no one has heard before, paired with some songs that have already got good
Okay,
feedback.
so the project will be out the end of this month, like in another week or so.
Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking the 31st because this is my birthday month. My birthday was July
Happy
7th, so we just
birthday.
gonna put it out.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I was looking for it online earlier. I'm like, I want to make sure I didn't miss it. So it's coming in about another week. It's your birthday
yeah,
gift to the
yeah.
world.
Trying to bless them.
Well, that's right. And tell me again the platform that you said that you were on that went up on TikTok out of Memphis. What's the name of that platform?
Now that's back of the
Okay.
class. So a lot of people know them because it's like a freestyle thing, and they're beating on the desk with a pencil. It looks like a classroom. But he's been doing a lot of great things since then. He did a another live performance platform as well. So his name is Zach Hurt, and again, that platform is called Back of the
Okay, because I want to go
Class.
look it up. I want to see your performance on there.
Oh yeah, you can go on YouTube. I'm right there, Tia Raye, Back of the Class
So,
freestyle.
what does your creative process usually look like? Are you a writer? Are you punching in a little bit of? I know probably when you're singing, you're writing, but on the rapping side, are you writing, punching in?
It's really just a mixture of both. I still enjoy writing. And I think that just came from I've always been a writer. I've always had a gift of words. Before I was rapping, I was doing poetry. I was doing theater. I would write skits and plays and stuff. So I've always just had a powerful and profound pen, just period. So I just respect writing on another level. I always go to writing. But as I got older, and I started hanging with other artists, I just saw the way they would just like, punch in. And then with my brother, he's a battle rapper. Whew, he can freestyle for hours and hours. So just being around him all my life has placed like some really tough weight on my shoulder. Like, oh, you have to know how to freestyle because look at
Yeah.
your brother. So, like, yeah, that's just something that I actually practice. Like, I practice freestyling. I look at things around me, I get in my zone, and I just like make myself, say different things. Because I think that's how you get better at it. So, I think, yeah, my style of making a song is probably 50-50. I'll probably listen to a beat or have some words coming through my head, and then I'll just kind of freestyle and record myself, just so it can capture that fun in the moment type feeling. And then after I listen to it, I kind of go back and make it perfect with writing to, really make everything hit and be like a masterpiece type
I know that.
feeling. Yeah, so it's a mixture. I do it all.
How do you know? How does Tia Raye know when a song is finished, when it's ready to go? Like, how do you know that, okay, this is it?
I'm not gonna lie. I think all of them are it. and I don't let them all out my
Mm.
head. So I feel like for artists who be dropping weak music, it's no excuse because it's almost like a person who breath stink. You know your breath stink. Like you know your breath stink. So
You got BLB
you know
reference.
when you have a hit. You know when you have a hit. You just know. Like if you know what a hit sounds like, if you know what it feels like when you think about songs that you resonate well with, like a lot of times I ask people, "What's your favorite song?" and they'll give me
Mm.
different songs. Like they never sound the same, but they're all hits in their own right. You can say Future, and I'm gonna understand that he got one of your favorite songs the same way you can say Michael
Right.
Jackson, and I'm gonna understand why he got one of your favorite songs. But it's just that hit element, so you know what a hit sounds like. And when I get a melody or like a flow or something in my head, and it won't leave my head, I'm just like, oh yeah, I gotta go record this because it's a hit. Like it sounds like one of the ones that's supposed to be where it needs to be in the world. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I've never made a bad song in my whole career of making songs. So I know my time is coming. Like, and that's not me talking about me. That's other people like telling me like I've never made a bad song. And if for a moment I think it's gonna be a bad song, it will not get put out by
Right.
me.
Because once it's,
It won't even get
yeah,
recorded.
'cause once it's out
I won't
there,
even.
people, someone done heard it. Even if you put it out there and pull it down, someone done heard it.
Yeah.
So on the album, who did you work with production wise?
I work with quite a few producers. I probably just can't name them all off the top of my head, but I can try. Definitely shout out to Presley P. He is a producer from my home city, Birmingham, Alabama, but he moved to Atlanta, Georgia as well. And he's been making a lot of waves with producing for a lot of like top name artists. So I'm so honored that he shared his gift with me because I'm one of the ones too. Gooch, he's another producer I met. He's out here in Atlanta, Georgia, produced by Gooch. Shout out to Lamarcus J. He's a producer from back home, Birmingham, Alabama, responsible for a lot of dope artists coming from the South. I'm trying to think. Joe Hun, shout out to Joe Hun. Um, this is all the people that I can think about off the top of my head, but I work with probably like 5 or 6 different producers to create these sounds for the
Dope,
tape.
dope. So we got, and I'm familiar with Lamarcus J. I've known him for a long time. Super, super dope. Because
Okay,
he
yeah.
works closely with my business partner, OG Bigger Ranking, because they're both a part of TIG.
Okay, yeah. So he produced 2 tracks for me off the tape. One is already released. That's a song called Kitty Cat. Ooh, the club love
It
Kitty
sounds like a
Cat.
club record.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure.
We got a question coming in over on Facebook. Do you mind answering questions from people tuned in on the platform?
Sure thing.
So he said, "Do you feel like you have to work twice as hard being a female entering the music game?"
Um, I can see how that would be true like back in the day. Just because the diversity pool wasn't that large for female artists, and of course like people are going to invest where eyes are already, so right now, to be honest, in my most humble opinion, I feel like women are popping it right now. Women are hip-hop right now. I'm not gonna lie, like every time I turn the radio, I mean, they got men out here like in there. I'm so men are loving the female culture that's been taking over rap. So I feel like right now, growing up, like, because I've been rapping over 10 years. So initially, yes, I feel like, oh my goodness, like you come to all these male dominated spaces, like, and rapping like how I rap, like guys are like intimidated, or they can like put you in a position to be like trying to make sexual advances, and that happens on a day to day. So yes, I do feel like you do have to stand on big business as a female artist. People will try, they will consider you naive. You really have to have your licenses, your songs copyrighted, all of that, because people will really use you, of course. But just as far as like just eyes being on females right now, like they probably looking for the next female to sign like at this very second. So in 2025, I don't think that it's probably harder for a guy right now.
Listen, I agree.
Honestly, in
Women are in charge,
2025.
but I ain't gonna lie. That No shade to the fellas, but a woman who has a big, strong personality like Tia does, like I do, that intimidates
Oh
some men. Because
yeah.
I get men telling me I'm mean. They be calling me the B word. I don't take offense to it. I just say you can't handle a strong personality, a woman who stands on business.
That's very much true because I have to deal with people like, oh, she's a bitch, and I'm like, nope, I'm a boss. I'm the person who paying y'all, and I need everything to be the way that I need it to be. But like just like I was saying, shout out again to New Music Monday. Like that was just an all female event. Amaretta the Great was there, Slimeroni was there. So many dope female artists was there. Jermaine Dupri was in the building, and it was just to put spotlight on women. So I do think there are a lot of more opportunities for women to shine right now. But when it comes to handling business, like yeah, you just got to take what's going with being a boss.
I listen. I couldn't agree more. As someone today, just today, told me that somebody else, a man, was saying how mean I am, and I'm like, y'all some suckers. Like, what men's be out there talking about women like that? Like, you know,
Mm,
it,
quite a
it's
few,
crazy
honey,
to me. But
baby.
to me, we ain't got no haters. We ain't popping, right?
Right. That's the honest to God true.
So someone on Instagram just told me to put your Instagram on the screen. If you guys look, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So it's right there. Make sure you follow her on all her social platforms. Most definitely. So the story behind like your viral freestyles, was that something that was at all planned, or was that just like pure magic that it just took off to the world the way it did?
I kind of try to plan moments a little bit, but not too much. Like as far as my look, as far as like, kind of knowing like I might freestyle before. Like I said, I record myself when I freestyle, so I'm like, oh shit, like,
Oh,
oh,
you good.
you got it. So and that's just word of advice to like any artist, like if they say they freestyle, like either they really are freestyling, but 10 times out of 10, if you don't Sway in the morning and Sway asking you to drop this hard freestyle, you knew you was going on Sway in the morning. So I try to make sure that all of my moments are impactful. Like I don't leave any room for error. So with the back of the class, I was like, hey, I need to go through some of my old freestyles. I need to go through some stuff that the people have not heard. And I'm just like, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want to use. This is what I'm gonna do. And yeah, I went up there and I did
No, that's right. You
it. So
did your
yeah.
thing. I'm gonna make sure I look that up too. Back of the class. Tia Raye on back of the class. You said it's on TikTok, right?
Yes, it's on TikTok. Their TikTok is back of the class. It's also pinned to my TikTok, but of course, the video with nearly 1 million plays is on their personal TikTok. So yeah, that's the best way to see it. Back of the class TikTok because they still have it pinned.
Definitely. What would you say that there's one thing about the business side of the music that really has surprised you over the years? Maybe you thought it was this way, but it's this way. Is there anything that like stands out, maybe that would even be a piece of advice to any newer artist about the music?
For sure, that talent don't matter. Not even on a talent show. Because I really thought Rhythm and Flow was like a talent show. Back in the day, you would see American Idol, and they still got American Idol, but after Fantasia, I ain't been watching. I'm sorry.
I don't think I have either since from your
you
days.
know, but they used to have, what, the Apollo, and people could boo. And so growing up, I really thought that music was about talent. Like, and you would hear all the old school celebrities, they'd be like, how'd you make it? And like Aretha Franklin, and I'm just making this up on Aretha, but she'd be like, I was singing at the gas station, and then Puff Daddy heard me, and he said I had the most beautiful voice that was ever heard. So, I'm just thinking, okay, these people are like 1 in a million type people. They got these talents that, and really and truly, I'm a 1 in a million type person who got an incredible talent, and I have not reached where I want to be yet. So that's what I learned, and a million people have heard me. That's just on one freestyle. So I know a lot of ears have heard me. 100K streams already and counting. A lot of people have heard me, but it's just like that's not what it's about. It's about the business. It's about, right now, it's about content. It's about TikTok sounds and just to be honest, there are other ways to navigate it. And shout out to people who are persistent with that old school underground. I'm a push my CD at the gas station route and all that kind of stuff. That's cute. But what's going on is what's going on. And I just like to encourage people and let them know that you have to be a part of that game. Like you have to. You have to. I mean, you don't have to, but like you
You
have
have
to.
to
And that's what I
be
found
right.
out. It's a
If you want to
business.
make it to that next
Yeah.
level, you're right. You have to. There are so many steps that you can't skip. And the thing with where we're at now, like you said, it's content. We're in a content era. You have to be slick, like almost a content creator, because there's so many things that you have to do. And even if you don't want to,
Mhm.
because that's just the way that technology and the world has evolved. There's so much.
And then it's
Yeah.
networking. Like a lot of times people think they can just hide behind the internet, and you can sometimes, but because you might get that viral moment. But you got to think, out of all the millions and millions of people who are use TikTok, how many people go mega viral?
That is facts.
Not every it seems like a lot of people because a lot of people are, but out of the number the ratio is off. So it's like the other people are actually going to these networking events. They're going to the DJ booths and to the mixers, and they're paying DJs, and they're doing promotions, and they're doing ads, and they're what I'm saying. So it's just like it forces you, even if you're not a social person. I'm just so like anti, but I love music. Like it forces you to be a communicator. It forces you to be an organizer, different things. It like when you start taking music seriously, it forces you to be an entrepreneur, and it's no way around
No, that is
it.
fact. You have to have multiple hustles. And I know that, you have merch, you're doing shows. How hands on are you with like your business and the business moves in your brand?
I'm very hands-on. I'm extremely hands-on. I'm so hands-on. People think I'm signed and I'm independent. But I'm not gonna lie. I do have amazing people who like are just in my corner. Like, I believe in you. These are my gifts that God gave me. This is how I'm gonna use these gifts to help you. And I've always been, just blessed. I try to do right by people. So I have a lot of right that comes towards me. So, I don't have a manager, I don't have an investor, but God keep making a way, and every day I'm always making another move. So it feel like I got an army, but it's really just me and a couple good people who try to help point me in the right directions. So hands on, I'm doing everything.
Definitely.
I put this wig down today. We doing a wig. We we doing the treatments. We're doing the creative direction, and of course we writing all the lyrics. But we signing the checks too. Everything basically.
I know that's right. You have to be hands on in every aspect. And I think that's important because you don't want to get taken advantage of out here. People be scamming, selling dreams.
Right, right,
So
definitely. And then the more you can do, the better. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people are always gonna sell you like what they think you can't do. And anything that you can't do, you're gonna go and pay for. Like that's the point why we pay for things. So the more you practice your hand at different things, the more you see, like, hold on, I can
yeah,
save money.
absolutely.
you know, reduce expenditures just by me doing this. And it's a lot of stuff that's independent artists we can do. It's a lot of stuff to do. Just gotta do that
Facts,
research.
because I've actually had artists offer to pay me to like register their music and stuff. And I said, number one, I don't want access to your personal information like that because if anything happens, I
Right.
don't want it coming back on me. And two, I feel like artists need to know how to do that stuff. Just Google it or go to YouTube. I'm quite sure there's videos out there showing you how
Right.
to do it.
And that's what you have in the industry. You got a lot of people, third party payers. You paying them to do something that you could have did. You could have ran your own ads. You pay somebody to run your ads. You can run your own ads. You paying somebody to run your social media. You can learn about the algorithm yourself. You even paying somebody to record you and mix and master, and you can literally record yourself and send your stems off. So I mean, it's so much that you can do on your own. You can start your own merch. You can go get your own hats. You don't have to go through anybody. So yeah, the more research you do, the more you realize that you got
I know that's right. We're gonna
it.
cut
Yeah.
corners wherever we can because it's an expensive business.
Oh yeah. You got to pay
Yeah.
somebody. So at least figure out what you can do. But like for me, the things that I can't do, I don't do. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I think that's another piece of advice for artists because there are some people who think I could do everything. If you not five stars talented at everything and you care about your gift, then it is okay, to let other great people give input so the whole thing can be great. And that doesn't matter if it's music or not. That's just with any idea, with any business plan, collaboration is always key. Especially, like I said, if you're not Picasso, why trying to do your own cover art? Let Picasso do it. So I think that's something else that makes my music so great because I'm not gonna just put it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it mixed. I'm gonna get it mastered. I'm gonna put it out in the best way.
Listen,
The best way.
girl, I couldn't agree with you more. There are certain things that you cannot cut corners on. And like you said, for example, artists don't want to pay a lot of engineers to mix and master the music, so they'll do it themselves. And respectfully, it comes out sounding extremely rough.
Well, respectfully,
Respectfully.
right? It will kill a great
Yes.
song. I'm like, that's a great, but how it resonates to other people, and I just feel like with music, this is the soundtrack of my life. You know what I'm saying? If I put out a visual, that's the movie to my life. When I'm 80 years old and I press play from my young 20s and I'm watching myself, I want to see it in the most beautiful way. you know
100%.
so yeah, that's why I put all of it into my music and into presentation, because it's just like once it's posted, even when I pass away, this is my legacy. This is a part of my legacy, you know. So
I love
yeah.
that. I love that you're already working on your legacy through your music because I feel like that's important. Don't start when you're 80. Start when you're young and still thriving and out here doing stuff. So you're already working
Right.
on the legacy of Tia Raye.
Right.
Definitely. So if
Yeah.
you could drop one lyric from Worser and put it on a billboard to promote the album, what would that lyric be?
One lyric from the whole
Yeah,
tape.
girl. That would probably
Oh my
catch people's attention and draw
goodness.
them in.
I say so much. Oh my goodness. Whew, that's tough. Let me think. Let me think. Give me about 10 seconds. This is totally difficult. Uh, okay, I say something and it's like a chorus, and I'm like, kicking shit casual, only talk if it's cashable. Progression been gradual, building my character. No, I'm not an amateur. Step out of the line, I embarrass you. I think that's like kind of like it's like on the chorus. I say it more like gritty, but it's just like,
I love it.
yeah.
One of them-
I think that's really like the grind component. Like I've been doing this for so long, and I'm just like prices went up. Tell them pay me some more, pay
I
me some
know
more,
that's
pay me
right.
some more. Yeah, kicking shit casual. Only talk if it's casual. Progression been gradual, building my character. No, I'm not an amateur. Step out of line, I embarrass you. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it right there.
Okay.
That whole song. It's called Pay Some More. It's actually out Pay Some More. That's PAYSUMMO, 3 words, the Ebonics way. But yeah, yeah. This whole journey of music has shaped my character in ways that nothing else has. And I think that a lot of people like look down on artists, because they think that it's just so easy for you just go make a song. But for me to be like a person who didn't have that overnight, if I ever blow overnight, just know that it took 1,000 nights. That's just the night that you all saw. So that song is just like, I don't know. It's just telling people like I've been at this for a long time. Music has really shaped my mindset. It's turned me into a hustler. Like I'm doing Airbnbs. I'm
I
doing,
know.
like it's a whole lot of stuff that I'm doing, and it's all off the strength of music inspiring me and meeting people and networking. And it's just like even right now, like where I stay, like I'm overlooking downtown Atlanta, looking out the window, and people are moving, they're hustling, they're bustling. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep on going, keep grinding. And I feel like at a certain point, artists lose that hunger. Like especially like when you feel like you've reached any type of success, but it's just like keep going. Like for the people who really want, like for me, I look at rap as a sport. So like I want the Grammy, I want the the notoriety, the recognition. So it's just like staying hungry, staying tunnel vision, and continuing to grind.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a some more for y'all.
Listen, I can't wait to hear the projects. If that is what we can anticipate and expect, that I'm like, yes, ma'am. I can't wait to hear this.
Right. And I'm throwing a little R&B
Okay,
in there
okay.
too. You know what I'm saying? So it's all that, and we got other
So we
vibes
got
too.
the sexy side and we got the raw, uncut Tia Raye side.
Yeah, and it's all
I know
sexy
that's
though.
right.
Yeah.
So we do have
You
the
know.
record that's been going super crazy, doing big, big numbers. We do. Who produced this particular record?
Again, shout out to Presley P. Him and a guy named Johan. They did that record. When I heard it, I was like, oh, it was just like beating so hard. And yeah, I think I came up with my craziest flows ever on that song. So yeah, I think you got the clean version, but it do its
It's
thing too.
I'll tell you, if people love the clean version, they're definitely going to love the dirty version. So yeah, we got the clean version loaded up. Anybody that's tuned in, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, if you're rocking with the record, leave a comment, drop them fire emojis. We're about to check it out. Before we get into it, though, I've got your IG scrolling across the screen. But go ahead and tell them all your social platforms where they can follow you at.
Okay, so mainly I try to keep it simple for y'all. That's gonna be Tia Ray Music, TiaRayeMusic on Instagram and Twitter. Facebook is just Tia Ray. And if y'all want to get real personal with me, that's Snapchat. That's I am Tia Ray. Twitch, it should be Tia Ray Music as well. YouTube Tia Ray. So
And I'm
yeah,
going to be
just type in Tia Ray. Just Google me. Just type in Tia Ray and Google, and it's
she
all there.
Googleable, y'all. Don't forget the E on Ray.
Right. Don't forget the E. You can't forget the E.
Who do you want to give thanks to or give a shout out to that's been supporting you and loving you through your journey?
I definitely just give a shout out to my family and my friends. I really don't have too many friends. So they know who they are. To the friends that I have, they have always supported me. They have always been in my corner. If you look at some of my music videos, I do a lot of my videos with like my same group of friends. And I'm fortunate to still have a lot of those people in my corner today. My mom, my dad, they don't understand quite what I be doing. But they do know that, this is something that I'm passionate about. So they are always in my corner as well. My brother. Yeah, and then just my Ray Gang community. On Facebook, I have a community of people, and I also have a community on Instagram. So those are my most intimate followers. So shout out to Ray Gang. Um, Anybody who want to join, just go to my Instagram and my Facebook. Definitely my IG. We drop a lot of inspirational jewels just to keep each other going. It's not about music links, it's just about love. So yeah, shout out to my people, and they know who they are.
I love that you have a community that ties into your brand because that's what people want. They want to feel like they're a part of your family. Like that's my girl, that's my sis, that's you know what I'm saying? So the Ray gang, I love that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, Ray Gang. And again, in my group, I don't post music links, so I'm not like, oh, I just dropped this. It's just like, hey, I had a thought of the day. This is what I went through today. This is what God put on my heart, and I feel like and especially with my music, I had to get too deep, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like I'm an avid believer in Christ and in God. You know what I'm saying? Now when you hear my song, you might not get that from it. But that's just because as I share my testimony, I like to do it in an authentic way. Like I say, I'm myself on every single song, but I pray every day. I ask God for guidance every day, and I feel like He's navigating and with me through whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to reggae, and the reason why, I named myself Tia Raye, the reason why I decided to go yellow hair for my campaign is just because I want to be a light into the world. Through the illumination of my talent, I want to motivate and inspire people to live life as their truest selves. So again, when I'm liberated or inspired, through Christ, by God, by my environment, whatever symbols or whatever lessons God gives to me, like I said, it's our dutifulness to share that unto others. So I share my music as my testimony to let people publicly see, just what God doing with me. But I also drop gems in that chat just because I know that everybody see the glitz and glam on IG. They don't see when the lights get turned off. They don't see when you thought that endeavor was gonna pay off, but it didn't. Now you're in debt. They don't see the real moments that really take place behind the scenes. So when I go through things and I find my inspiration, I share it immediately because, like I said, being Tia Raye, that's just what I have to do. So again, if y'all need a daily dosage of just inspiration, join that group on my Instagram or join my Ray Gang community on Facebook. Y'all get first access to my merch, discounts, all kind of VIP things, as I think of them. But like I said, mainly all I'm doing is dropping gems, dropping light, dropping love.
Definitely.
So yeah.
So make sure you become a part of the community, and also make sure in about a week, Worser, the album will be out everywhere. Go stream it, download it, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend about it.
Right.
I got one last question for you before we go live with this record. We're live. Where are we at?
Industries most wanted.
Tell the world what makes Tia Raye the industry's most wanted.
I feel like what makes me the most wanted is just that I'm all that in a bag of chips. I'm just every flavor. Like when you go to the wing place and you confused on what flavor you want, you like, do I want lemon pepper? Do I want mild? Do I want? I'm like teriyaki jerk. Like I'm like all of the flavors in one, but it's not over seasoned. It's just perfect. Like I'm what rap need. I'm what music need. I'm what you know. Oh, really? Too. That's a that's a lyric. That's a lyric from the Earth song. But I just feel like my intentions are just so pure. Like I said, I've been loving music my whole life. The light that's inside of me. That I want to share. I just feel like it's so deserving. And then all this flair that I'm giving is back upable. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really talented. I'm really gifted. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna find another Tia Raye. Nobody sounds like me, and I sound like nobody.
That's right. She is the industry's most wanted. Y'all better know it. Definitely. So let's go ahead and get into this record if you can introduce it for us.
All right, so this is my song Earth. It's going to be a single on my heavily anticipated album Worsa. Y'all tap in. Shout out to President P.
Y'all stay tuned.
47, sir.
48 hurt. 48 hurt.
Bruce Wayne, 2 chains, feeling like titty, but a little thing, lot of chains, beat ranking, really run the city, but hold on, man, bring that shit back there with him. Yeah, shit, let go. Kicking Bruce Wayne, 2 chains, feeling like titty, but a little thing, lot of chains, beat ranking, really run the city, but New Year, switch gear, top tier, big speaker, intercom, little booty, slim waist, big, eat that bubble gum. My brother got another drum, that shit look like another arm, don't play with me, they causing harm, diamonds on me, lucky charms, diamonds on me, black and white, they really hit like Tina Ike, some good, don't cheat on right, ooh, trap a holiday at night, ooh, I got away with these words, my new bad action, they sound like some birds, he know the reserve, I ain't spending money, get kicked to the curb, I'm sober, he see me like sir, she high, but ain't nobody skirt, I'm what a real nigga deserve, ice on my neck is a blur, get all that brown and I feel like a real shit, he wanna come eat the bounce in the streets and the sheets, I'm a hoochie, Papas get hit with a 2-piece, been by that paper, no loose leaf, don't run my gas in a loose leaf, I'm really dressed in a blue cheese, she hate but she riding the hoop team, but my dollar, I'm just like my father, deep out, but I'm taking it farther, they thought I went making, I been going harder, when calling the L if I'm back moving smarter, did in the money like I got a problem, my play bad but all they know is rob, yo nigga, either all they know is slobbing, super gremlin head, we call them goblin, I got away with these words, my nigga, bad action, they sound like some birds, he know the pussy reserve, I ain't spending money, get kicked to the curb, box. Straight out the top. He give me on it like an ostrich. I'm not no regular rap. I'm really a trapper, no kid, but I'm son of you. Been on your head like a task. You scrape out a new, but I cannot put up no hazard. Do what you please. I'm in my late 20s and I made a new. I need a pain of disease. Then a lot of these bitches that sit like a motherfucker sneeze. I do this with ease. Yeah, the pivot cool on these niggas. I feel like a breeze. You look green. Okay, running for his pockets, pass to the team. I got away with these words, my nigga. By action, they sound like some birds. He know the reserve. I ain't spending money to get kicked to the curb. I'm sober, he send me like sir. She high, but ain't nobody skirt. I'm what a real nigga deserve. I saw my neck is a blur. I got away with these words, my nigga. By action, they sound like some birds. He know the reserve. I ain't spending money to get kicked.
That's such a catchy record. I can see why that joint slick went viral because I feel like you could use that in so many scenarios. Like that's gonna be my new word, for anything.
Right.
Yes, that is fire. Is there a visual coming for that one?
We building it. We're building it. Yeah, I've been just trying to blow the song up as big as I can because I really know that it's one of those like groundbreaking songs. And at that right moment, I am definitely gonna put out the video for it. But I do have a lot of visuals on a lot of platforms for it. So you all can definitely search YouTube to see me actually doing live performances of that song.
Got it. Well, I'm here for it. I can't wait for the album to drop. Shout out to Tia Raye checking in tonight. Any final words that you want to leave with the listeners and viewers?
Um, just get with me on my social medias. That's TiaRayeMusic. Again, join my reggae community. Definitely like, share, comment. I share that same love back with people. But I just want to tell anybody with a dream, just to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like life might get hard, things might get worse, but at the bottom is nothing but a come up. So just keep God first, keep powering through everything and anything, and know that God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. So God wants me to win, God wants you to win, and yeah, just stay motivated. That's it.
For them encouraging words because there's somebody who needed to hear that right now at this moment in time.
For sure.
Absolutely. Shout out to Tia Raye. Thank everybody who tuned in tonight on any of the streaming platforms.
Thank you for
Of course.
having
It was a
me.
pleasure. You guys have a good rest of the night.